Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi le 16 septembre. Cette semaine, this week, just a couple little reminders. If you are watching this right now, this probably does not pertain to you, but if you happen to know anybody else in this class and could spread the word, watching these videos is a great idea because it helps you to understand what's in these slides. I go through things day by day and hopefully answer any questions that might have been lingering if you were to just look at the slides or just look at your Schoology assignments for that day. So watch these videos, keep on doing what you're doing. And then also, if you have an assignment, if you turn in an assignment that is already in PowerSchool, please make sure that you complete a late work form, one for each of your late assignments. That will show me that you've completed it. Otherwise, I won't know to go back and look for that assignment from you. So that'll just show me that I need to go in and update your grade. And then also just be aware, speaking of grades, that you need to look at PowerSchool for any final grades. Schoology grades are not cumulative, so they're not going to give you anything accurate. If anything, I try to stay away from putting grades in Schoology because I don't want that to confuse anybody. But if I inadvertently put a grade for a certain assignment in Schoology, it would just be for that assignment. It wouldn't be cumulative. So bottom line, just make sure you're looking at PowerSchool for your grades. That is where they are officially. Okay. Cette semaine, this week, we have a new mot de passe. You also have une discussion about la guerre de 7 ans. This is a follow-up from last week's discussion about the same subject, if you recall. The TPR this week is going to be the same as last week, but always just worth doing some more practice with those gestures. Il y a une chanson de la semaine. Your song of the week is with the alphabet. The tiger story, we're going to start a story this week that's called Le Tigre qui parle, or Talking Tiger en anglais. We are going to be using a lot of the same vocab that we learned through the Branche ou Crocodile story. That was kind of a warm-up for this one, and it's going to be a little bit longer and more detailed. So we have that coming up this week. You'll be making your weekly video. We'll have another discussion about le Festival de Cannes, and then your quick grade and weekly check-in. Okay, aujourd'hui, lundi le 16 septembre, le mot de passe, de rien. De rien, so kind of a follow-up to last week's mot de passe, merci. This is how you respond to merci, de rien. So it's a lot like you're welcome en anglais, mais, but, littéralement, de rien, it's nothing en anglais. It's nothing. So this word rien means nothing. So just really quickly, make sure you get that into your cahier. This is what your first page of your cahier should be looking like at this point. Okay, la chanson de la semaine, your song of the week is about l'alphabet, the alphabet. So this is how we are going to learn letters en français. The French alphabet is exactly like the English alphabet. It's all the same letters, they're just pronounced differently. Okay, TPR, like I told you earlier, this is the same stuff from last week. I just need you to practice with it. A lot of these items are going to be coming into play for our story this week about Le Tigre qui parle. And then this is also how we're going to be learning body parts and colors little by little throughout the school year. So important stuff. Le calendrier. I did not mean for this to be filled out already. So I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, le calendrier. Aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui, c'est quel jour? What day? Quel jour? Lundi, mardi, mercredi. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Et demain, c'est mardi. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Demain, c'est mardi. Donc, après-demain, c'est mercredi. Après-demain, c'est mercredi. Très bien. Jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Okay. Hier, c'était dimanche. Et avant-hier, c'était samedi. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. So that song from a couple weeks ago, still coming into play. You still need to know these days of the week. Et quelle est la date? Quelle est, what is la date aujourd'hui? Remember, the date always has three elements to it. Le, number, month. Aujourd'hui, c'est le 16 septembre. C'est le 16 septembre. Demain, c'est mardi, le 17 septembre. Le 17 septembre. And the fact that this just auto-corrected reminds me of something that we haven't talked about. So you need to make sure that when you're writing the days of the week, stylistically in French, the days of the week and the months of the year are not capitalized like they are in English. Sometimes you do see them capitalized, again, because of the font that they are printed in or for emphasis or something like that. But typically these are lowercase, which is not like what we're used to in English. So just like I said, that autocorrect there reminded me that we hadn't really talked about that yet. Demain, c'est mardi le 17 septembre. Hier, quelle était la date? Hier, c'était dimanche le 15. 15 septembre. Okay, voilà, le 15 septembre, le 16 septembre, le 17 septembre. So anytime we talk about the date, we always have le, number, month, literally the 17 in September. Okay, voila. This next thing you can just kind of glance at. You're not really going to need to use it until it comes time for our video this week. But this is a little presentation about things that you might like or not like. So we're learning the expressions to express that. J'aime, I like. Je n'aime pas, I don't like. So this is just a really long list of items that you might or might not like. So for at least a few of these, I want you to go through and just think to yourself, would j'aime ou je n'aime pas apply to you? La pizza, j'aime, je n'aime pas. Les dinosaures, j'aime, je n'aime pas. Regarder la télévision, j'aime, je n'aime pas. Halloween, j'aime, je n'aime pas. Okay, so you don't have to go through, this is like 50 slides or something. You don't have to go through every single one. But you'll notice that for some of them here at the beginning, you have these little audio files. That's just me pronouncing that item for you, because like I said, you're going to be using these items to talk about one thing that you like and one thing that you don't like for your weekly video this week. So this will help you with how to pronounce those items. So it would probably make the most sense for you to choose one of the items that I have a little audio file for, so you know how to pronounce it. But if you decide to choose anything else, you can always look up how it's pronounced, or maybe in some cases figure it out for yourself, because some of them are easier than others. Or of course you can always ask me. So later this week when we do our video, this is going to be coming back into play, but I wanted you to take a look at it today just to start getting a feel for the idea of j'aime et je n'aime pas. Okay, and lastly today, you have some Quizlet studying to do. So we as a class obviously don't meet the way that my in-person traditional classes do. So those students are hearing vocab over and over again on the regular. Because of the nature of your class, that's just not the case. So it's important that you study our vocab in Quizlet. There, for example, we were using the numbers earlier to talk about la date, le 15 septembre, le 16 septembre. You had the song last week, but other than that, we haven't really done much to go over the numbers. And yet they will keep coming up in contexts like this. So one great way to practice with the numbers is going on Schoology. And I would say this is even more important for you all being my online class. for the reason I mentioned before, just because you're not hearing this vocab day in and day out like my in-person classes are. So I want you to spend some time on it. When you use the blue button on Schoology that goes through our particular Schoology course for our class, that allows me to keep tabs on who has been studying and how much and when and all that good stuff. So if you could use the blue button on Schoology, that would be helpful. And that will also allow you to get to all of the relevant Quizlet sets for where we are at this point. Okay, stay tuned pour aujourd'hui. Sorry, this was a bit of a longer video, but we had a lot to get through today. So the next one should be shorter. Au revoir to the monde.